Back in 20, Back in 2022, I used to be fat, used to be pretty much a failure at life, and I used to be a very sorry, sad, depressed teenager. Alright? I literally had a girl, which I like, pretty much a crush, right? Let me just wipe my camera. I knew that there's this little trick where you can just like wipe your camera lens and it's supposedly gonna appear better. I think it worked, right? That's the that's the selfie girl, it's the selfie bitch tactic, right? You know how those girls will always take selfies? Yeah. It's the kind of tactic they use. So yeah, I actually had this crush, this girl who I not knew. I literally just saw her. I literally just saw her in school, right? And I just thought, wow, she looks good. But my guy, bro, in retrospective, that girl looks like shit. She was barely a 4 out of 10. Alright, I'm telling you guys, this bitch had a forehead like fucking KSI or something, bro. That was insane. She had a forehead that was literally matched by fucking Megamind. Like, bro, wow. That was insane. You know, some people don't mind a big forehead. Like, I think it was some rapper. I forgot his name. It was all about, yeah, I like my girls with big foreheads. Like, alright, bro. Alright, fucking weird ass fucking fetish. But I don't have a thing for foreheads. Alright, well, not anymore. Maybe back then when I was a loser. You know, when you're a loser and you watch porn, you have all types of fetishes. A foot fetish, big forehead fetish. I didn't have any of them. Alright, and I still don't, by the way. Let me go back to the topic at hand. Listen, so yeah, that was this girl, right? Ugly as fuck. She rejected me. I made a very bitchy approach to her where I would literally, like, you know, the little, like, kindergarten or fucking high school approach where you're gonna get your friend to talk to you, the girl you like, make friends with her. You're not gonna, you know, show her that you actually like her and shit. And yeah, I basically did that. So one of my friends basically went up to her and told her, yeah, I like her, which is me, right? And she basically said I was too fat for her and that I need to lose some weight. What a fucking blackpilling moment, right? A fucking chud like me gets rejected. So, from that day onwards, I worked out as hard as I can, got a six-pack abs, and that girl ran back to me. Well, no, I actually fucking contemplated my life a lot of time, and I was like, you know what? Compared to all the fat guys out there, I'm not really that fat. Alright? She's just delusional. Alright? I'm not gonna change. I'm perfectly okay where I'm at. She needs to change for me. So I ended up being a fat loser for a couple more months until I got to the gym. So yeah, that story where I did get a six-pack ab, I did get lean, is actually true. I actually went to the gym. I mean, I didn't get a six-pack ab. I still don't have a six-pack ab. I have like 3 of them. And the other fucking 3 are still fucking disappeared in my Indian genes or something, but I need to fucking work out more. But anyways, at least I got lean. I shredded out all my fat. I don't know if I have a picture of when I was fat. Like, I lost my old phone. Not lost. I mean, it's broken. I lost all my photos from my phone, and there were pictures of me where, you know what, if I had those pictures, I would fucking show you guys. I look like a fucking alien, bro. Like, actually, you know how there's like these monsters, rejuvenators in Resident Evil 4? I look like that, and there's a lot of men that look like that, bro. Like, how can you live, how can you walk around looking like a fucking rejuvenated, like a fucking monster from a Resident Evil game? How can you do that? Of course girls won't like you. But let me continue my story. That girl ended up texted me back on WhatsApp a couple of months later after she rejected me, by the way, in a very awful manner. All right. She literally, bro, I'm not killing you, bro. She literally, I remember sending her a message. All right. I never told you, I never told anyone this. I remember sending her a message talking about how, oh, I see you everywhere. All right. And then some like fucking blank face emoji. Like, and I thought, yo, yeah. Back then, I thought, yeah, I'm gonna get this girl, or she's gonna message me right back. My brother, she took the screenshot of my message and sent it on her story, on her WhatsApp story, her Instagram story. I was everywhere, bro. That shit hurt. That shit was humiliating. I gotta come back somehow. I didn't know how I was gonna do it, but I didn't let shit get in my head. I took my fucking, like, my beating like a man, my fucking humiliating loss to this fucking bitch. You know what? I worked out, and in a span of 3 months, I'm not joking you, I fucking went from a fat fucking rejuvenated Resident Evil 4, right? And went to a very lean body. I was on, it was honestly insane. Lean is low, right? a lot of people would like to, even back then, I would wanted to achieve the, the bodybuilder type physique. Back in like 2022, you didn't really know what an actual physique was like. I just went to the gym because I thought, yeah, lifting weights and building the most amount of muscles is how you get, most attractive to girls. Actually, most girls aren't attracted to bodybuilding type physique, right? The fucking like huge bulky motherfucker. They're not attracted to that. They're attracted to the lean guy who doesn't literally just doesn't have much body fat, maybe like 50% body fat or something, a bit of lean abs. They're just overall lean. The bodybuilding archetype is not only not attractive, it's also just replicating the fucking physique of an obese person. Like, you aren't gonna be able to run properly. It's not functional. Just be a functional guy who lifts weights for a lean physique. But anyways, I achieved that lean physique, even though I was trying to become a bodybuilder at that time. Like, I didn't know what physique to aim for. I literally thought the bodybuilding physique was more attractive. But anyways, I cut my fat, and by the way, in order to cut my fat, I had to like fucking exercise, like actually lift weights and do cardio. A lot of people tend to bypass the cardio aspect, especially like friends I knew, people who are fat or people who just go to the gym regularly. Guys, do not bypass cardio. Every day I walk to the gym. I went like 5-6 times a week. Every day I went to the gym, I did at least 15 minutes cardio, and on that 15 minutes, I at least aim for 2 kilometers on the treadmill. Guys, do not. This was for a warm up for me, right? Before I started lifting, at least I had to like do 22 kilometers. Of course, before I did less kilometers, and I had to gradually overload and progress and start sprinting and shit. But do not like forego cardio. The only reason I became so lean, and I still can become so lean when I have fights, right? I had trained Muay Thai. When I have fights and need to cut weight, I not only stop eating so much or stop eating lunch like I used to, I also run more and do a lot of cardio. Why? Because it expends your calories, right? That's how I was able to fucking render my fat down, right? And became lean. So yeah, this bitch messaged me on WhatsApp one time. What basically happened was that, okay, I became lean. I was a fat fuck, right? And I became lean. And when I became lean, I seen this bitch with her friend group back in school, right? I was just walking around with my friends in school. I actually was in my like fucking physical education outfit, my PE outfit, so I was in a football jersey. I looked quite lean, right? Quite good. And back then, looking at like, I still remember this, looking at my physique, I wasn't really proud of my physique, right? I became much thinner, but didn't see myself as the best that I can possibly be. Stage at your life where you're not gonna stop progressing. There's always gonna be another barrier to where you can get a better physique or make more money, and that was the exact same for me back then. I was at a stage where my physique was okay, but I still could have done better. But to that girl, I had a very pretty good physique, and that's the thing. Back in like 2022, not many people. I mean, just the rise of Andrew Tate made many people go to the gym, but back then there wasn't so many people to the gym. So where like if you got thin and like actually got a bit of muscles, you would actually stand out from a lot of people. Nowadays, pretty much everyone goes to the gym. Like, just look around you, look at your friends, look at your peers. Everyone goes to the gym, guys. So the ceiling to like the fucking competition to getting girls is even higher now. But back then, I had a pretty lean physique. This bitch found me attractive. She started laughing. I vividly remember she with her group of friends saw me and she started laughing with themselves. And later on that day, I literally got a message, right? When I got back home, literally got a message by this bitch again on my WhatsApp, basically talking about, she sent like 3 messages. She told me hi, a bunch of other bullshit like how are you, have you eaten, or whatever the fuck. And I remember looking at those messages and I felt this fucking like deep sense of gratification, this deep sense of like, yeah, fuck yeah, I finally did it, right? This bitch messaged me back. So I blocked her, right? I just fucking blocked. I didn't even bother taking a picture of the fucking message. I've thought about it, but that way I was like, bro, I became so, the difference between the fat version of me and like the fucking new self-improvement type of guy which I became in that era was massive, because I started becoming like stoic, reading about philosophy, not caring too much about other people's opinions. So I generally just like didn't care that this bitch wanted me back. I felt good, my ego spiked, but I didn't bother taking a picture or like putting on my story. That's a bitchy way of doing things, right? I'm not a bitch. She did it, I won't do it. You're not a bitch, right? Don't lower yourselves down to other people's like fucking foolishness. Don't act like a fucking retard, alright? Just act like a high value man. I didn't even bother showing it to any of my friends because it was honestly just, you know, I didn't have the mindset of a scarce little boy, a timid, fucking depraved, sexually deprived little man anymore. Alright? Start lowering my porn consumption. So I'd like fucking harnessing my chi and meditating every day. What the fuck would you think would happen? I became a fucking monk, I guess. But anyways, yeah. I didn't even show any of my friends the fucking text message I got for this girl. Even the friend who actually like talked to her about me all the way back then. I didn't even tell him anything. And he would later come to me. And because he would actually talk to this girl, he became friends with her. And she actually came to me and said, "Oh, this girl, you know, I'm not gonna say her name. Let's call her Tiffany, all right? Oh, Tiffany went to me and said, "Oh, well, you got thin, you got beautiful, and you like actually look fantastic now." I was like, yeah, all right. What's done is done. At that time, I actually found her attractive, by the way. Now I don't. Not, well, I in retrospect, yeah, I'm glad I didn't fucking message her. She was that attractive, guys. Maybe something happens, right? When you start increasing yourself as a man, when your value increases, you know, you start to unlock better and better women that, you know, you can actually fucking interact with and get into relationship with. And all of a sudden that prior girl that you found attractive, you know, she has some features in retrospective which you found fucking ugly as shit. So in retrospective, you know, as you progress and become better as a man, the girl you find attractive or the girl who finds an interest in you isn't even that attractive anyways. Your 10 out of 10 is actually a fucking 4 out of 10, right? In the next 5 years, that 10 out of 10, that your crush, which you think is so fucking beautiful, is actually just another random fucking girl in the streets, right? Like some fucking random chick doesn't even look that good. That's the fact of it. But anyways, I made this video because not only is this a fucking like perfect story, this is literally like a fucking story you would find in the fucking movies, right? Some fucking like Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire story. You didn't get the girl at first, and then you got your superpowers, but instead of being bit by Spider, I actually put in the work, went to the gym, ate properly, right? Woke up early in the morning, started reading books, meditated. All thanks to Hamza, right? I used to watch Hamza back then. Bro, this guy is spat game, and I followed him at his advice, and look where I'm at now. I have a couple of fucking, I think I have a fucking medal here. If I can fucking grab this shit. This is an ISCA medal. It's unfortunately second place. That's what matters. It is not the win or the loss which matters. It is the duty in itself. It is the duty of a warrior to fight. It is the brave act of fighting. That's what matters, because most people would never even step in the ring. They would rather watch or they would rather play football. But anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. Listen, guys, if you ever find yourself in a rut, if you ever find your life being pretty bad, or if you ever find yourself losing at life, like I was back when I was a fat fuck, a fat little Timmy, alright? If you're fat right now, listen to me. I'm speaking from my heart. You watch all the way through this video because I was entertaining as fuck. You know what? Leave a like because I'm so fucking entertaining. But nonetheless, thanks for watching. And I gotta say, bro, if you actually like having troubles getting girls, you're fat, you literally, I remember there was times where I would literally look at my fat body and like punch my stomach as hard as I can, looking myself in the mirror, because I like fucking tears would come down because I genuinely hated being fat. But I would never take any action, or the simplest of actions, to even lose weight. Listen, it's gonna take hard work. Get yourself a gym subscription. Do what you can, but go to the gym, do 15 minutes of cardio, lift weights, actually like train 5 times a week. Alright? Take action to reduce yourself. Everything that's beautiful, everything that's great takes time, it takes energy, it takes effort. Your life sucks right now. You can absolutely fix it. There's absolutely something you can do. You just gotta be brave enough. You gotta be courageous enough to do it. I went to the ring, I fought, alright? I was scared shitless. Things didn't go right. I have like 4 fights under me now. Every time I was scared shitless. I'm still scared shitless. I still have more fights to fight. I'm still scared shitless. Every time I go to spoil my training session, I'm so fucking scared. But I do it anyways. I take courage. I fight like fucking a gladiator, like a fucking Achilles, right? So that my name is worth remembering, Troy. You gotta do the same, bro. Every other guy, your ancestors fucking fought and fucking like managed to reproduce so that you were born. They fucking fought other tribes, killed animals, hunted deer. It's unhonorable and it's uncourageous for you to just lay there, be a fat fuck, play video games all day, not to get a girl, and just overall be a loser. You have only one life. Fucking like maximize it, or at least try your best to fucking enjoy it, and fucking try your best to become like, you know how you level up in video games, right? Level up in real life. Just fucking do it. Do what you want. Do what your calling heeds. I wanted to fight, so I went to fighting. If you don't want to fight, yeah, I don't know what the fuck you want to do. You want to do content creation like I'm doing right now. You want to make music. You want to fucking be a pro esports player. Who the fuck knows? Just do it, guys. It's gonna take hard work. It's gonna take effort, but you gotta do it. Start reading books. Start waking up early. I used to wake up at 5 a.m. and start reading books and meditate. I'm trying to. I started dying down on the routine a little bit, but like the foundation is still with me. All right. Today itself, I just woke up at like 7 a.m. or something. I used to wake up 5 a.m. but I'm slacking off on waking up. It's just the winter time. All right. Cut me some slack. The winter time, alright, it's fucking hard to wake up at 5 a.m. But anyhow, I still woke up as early as I can, alright. I read 30 pages, 32 pages precisely, of a book, Atomic Habits. You know, we keep grinding, we keep learning. The school system failed us, they didn't teach us anything. Our parents failed us, they didn't teach us anything. So start learning by yourself, start increasing your power level. And you're gonna get out of the rut, bro. If you're still watching, subscribe for the entire journey. I will continue to share my tips and tricks and also stories which I like to share. Thanks for watching. If I became a fucking failure, you know, there's sometimes sometimes I very much fall into a rut myself, into a bit of a depression, you can say. But even now, right, I would think of all the responsibilities I have, all the things I have to do, accomplish, videos I have to put out, work I have to do, or overall stress of life. But then you remember where you came from. I remember the responsibilities, or I remember how I was a fucking like little degenerate back then, unhealthy loser back then, and now I'm this healthy guy, all right, fit, achieve most of my dreams and aspirations. I'm continuing to achieve a lot of things which I want to achieve. You know what? No matter how I feel, like the responsibilities I now bear were the responsibilities I prayed for back when I was a loser. The problems I now face were the problems I like fucking prayed I had when I was a loser. I wanted to be a fucking fighter. Well, I'm a fighter now. I wanted to be independent, to make money online. Well, I'm making videos now. I have work to do now. I have a ton of like productive tasks, a lot of unfulfilled potential that I still need to fulfill. A lot of books, a lot of pages that still needs to be turned. A lot of women to impregnate. But we will all do it, bro. Whatever it is you're calling, let's do it together. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.